What is good, YouTube? It is your boy D Murray, and this is D Murray Reacts. We react to some of your favorite Reddit posts, videos, and news. We are back again with another video for you guys this week. Please remember to hit that bell notification so you know when we're dropping these videos. As well, please remember to like and subscribe. We really appreciate that. Today, we have an Am I the Asshole for Telling My Wife It Would Be Controlling and Inappropriate for Her to Try and Change How My Family Does Christmas? Maybe it might be, I guess, if how is she going to change how they do Christmas? I'd have to see what it is she's going to do. Now, everyone voted that that this person is not an asshole for this. So we will be the judge of that once again. So it says, my wife and I rotate who we spend Christmas with. So 1 year her family and 1 year my family. There are plenty of people that do this. They do this with Thanksgiving, 4th of July. Plenty of holidays get done this way. I don't love doing it with her family, and she isn't a big fan of my mother. Please don't tell us to do it as a nuclear family. We both hate that idea. Our families are pretty different. Well, all right, that's fine. Have you tried? I don't know if you've tried, but, it's on you. So her family is much more about the kids. Even the dinner is tailored more to what kids like. Bland, in my opinion, but I would never say that. Now, I'm a grown man. I don't like a whole lot of that extra stuff. So I might be down with this dinner. We'll see. The kids each get 1,000 gifts and spend Christmas running around my mother-in-law's house making a huge ruckus. That's Christmas. That's every Christmas that I loved. And I ain't getting no 1,000 gifts. But I don't see no problem with that. I think that's awesome. That's what Christmas is about for kids. Little kids, they don't understand. So Christmas with my family is amazing food, though we usually have to pack our toddler her own meal, a more relaxed atmosphere, and my mom doesn't get any of her grandkids gifts. Why? Why doesn't she get them gifts? All right, let's see. I don't know her exact reasoning. The hell you mean you don't know her exact reasoning? All right, so let's be clear, right? I've known my mom all my life. Obviously, not everybody does, right? But I've known my mom all my life. I will ask, why don't you get the grandkids gifts? It's not even a hard thing for me to ask, and I can ask it at any time. I could call her at 1 o'clock in the morning and wake her up and do that because I'm her son. So there are certain things that I can do as blood and as her son, and I'm not saying that I should do that. Or would do that, but I could if I wanted to. So I don't know why you wouldn't know her exact reasoning for it, because I'm not really hearing anything about like religion, like if she doesn't celebrate it or anything like that. So I'm not sure I understand. Okay, so she says that only the nuclear family should buy gifts, though she does get me and my two sisters something, but gives it to us about a week in advance. My kids don't know that she does that. What? What? I don't even understand what's happening here. So your mom gets you and you say your sisters, your two sisters. So you guys get gifts a week in advance. We'll see. Does she get anything for your wife? Does she get anything for anyone other than the three of you? I'll put it like this. We still have a little ways to go, but I would probably not be too happy with this situation. Not like I need gifts as a grown-ass man. But I don't understand the dynamic here that your mom has going on, where it's like, I just get my actual children gifts, no one else gets gifts. Do your kids give her a gift as their grandmother? Because I damn sure fight that fight. Like, if you don't get my kids gifts, they don't get you gifts. And we haven't even gotten that far yet, and I'm not upset. I just don't understand. I'm missing information here that hopefully we will get. My mom encourages the kids to play in another room so the adults can talk. Why? It's supposed to be for the family, and the kids are a part of the family. All right, but me and my wife put our foot down because these kids are just too young. All right. To be clear, we exchange gifts at home before going. My wife just finds it really weird that no one in the family buys for other people's kids. It has nothing to do with my mom being frugal or anti-materialism. My mom and stepdad go all out for each other. I have no idea what is going on here. I am super lost. I'm super lost at how your mom and stepdad probably buy tennis bracelets and motorcycles, but yet somehow they don't get your children gifts for Christmas? What? I don't get it. I don't get it. But we'll continue. There's a little more. So anyway, it is our year to do Christmas with my side. And my wife came to me and proposed, suggesting to the family that we only buy for the kids and make Christmas more kid-friendly. I told her she really has no right to tell my mom how to spend her money, and that would not go over well with my very child-free sister. Other sister has kids as well. She said that Christmas is supposed to be this magical time for kids, and my mom and stepdad and child-free sister and brother-in-law have their anniversaries, birthdays, and Valentines to spoil each other. She said that she really just hates how Christmas is about the adults in my family, and it makes her sad. We'll get to that in a second. I said her points are totally valid, but it would be controlling and inappropriate to try and change how my family has always done things, and she would definitely offend my mom. She says I'm putting my mom's feelings ahead of hers, and she just wants to bring it up, and she doesn't like that I use the word controlling. Okay. So I got a few things to break down here at the end. Okay, so are you an asshole for what I believe you were trying to say to your wife? No, because essentially what you were trying to say is that what your wife wants is not what your mom does. So you can't really force her. You can't really force his mom to do something that she really doesn't want to do because she's an adult. Now, with that being said, though, you just seem like you kind of want to bring up the fact that you don't necessarily like it. But on the side of that, it seems like this year you wanted to say, how about everyone gets something for the kids? While I don't think that you're an asshole for what you said, I do think that as the husband and as that being your spouse, right? So I don't really care what side you are in this. Man, woman, woman, man, woman, woman, man, man. I don't care who you love. It means nothing to me. Like who you like, love who you love, right? But either side it's on, if my wife came to me and said, I don't like how your family does Christmas, and if I can, just like you said in the very last paragraph, I said her points are totally valid. If I think your points are valid, I would not have you say anything to my mother, but I would definitely say something to my mom. If I truly feel that your points are valid, I will go to my own mother and I will say, I need a little more clarification. And I won't even bring my wife into it. I won't be like, because my wife said. I will genuinely, as I am asking, I'm the person that wants to know, why exactly are you doing Christmas this way? Why is it that you don't get anything from my children? What's the deal with that? Because I question how she gets something for you and both of your sisters. She gets something for your stepdad. I don't really see that the brother-in-law gets anything, But I would like to believe if we're saying that the adults, this is for the adults, it seems like all the adults give presents and the kids get nothing. Does she even like kids? I mean, she has three. This isn't the reason I'm kind of confused is because I don't feel like this is normal behavior for grandparents. There are a few things I would like to know. Does she get them anything on their birthday? Because if she gets them something on their birthday, but she doesn't get them anything on Christmas, my hands are up in the air, right? But let's just, for the sake of argument, let's say she doesn't get them anything for their birthday either. Like shitty grandma. So there's a few issues that I have with the way that this is being handled on her side. Because this is my thing, is I'm not saying that it's up to the grandparents to just give all their money to the grandkids. It's not my argument, but I know that my parents, I know that my wife's parents, they enjoy getting our kids gifts. Like that's their grandkids. So like Christmas, that's a big deal for them. They want to get them presents and open the presents, and like that's the whole part of them being grandparents. They love that. They love coming over on the birthdays. They love all of those things that involve my children, because my children are their grandchildren. Like these are the children of their children. They get to see me grow up, be the person I am today, and then raise kids myself who they get to enjoy as well. So it's just beyond me a little bit that this is the way that this is. So I think that your wording is not correct, because I don't necessarily think it's controlling. I think that if you're willing to say that your wife has valid argument, then you'd be willing to go with the fact that you don't necessarily, I based upon the way you're saying things, I don't necessarily think you agree with your mother, but I think that you have come to the conclusion that you're not going to fight with your mom about it, and you're not going to say anything to your mom about it, because you said specifically, I don't know her exact reasoning, whereas someone like myself, I have no issue asking my mother, and would have asked my mother a long time ago, why is it that you don't get anything for my kids? Why don't you buy presents for my kids, but you buy me a present and then you give me, look, so just side note, one of the bigger issues I have with this is that the mother, you obviously know what you're doing, and you know that what you're doing isn't appropriate. I'm not going to say that necessarily, because I don't know what the whole reasoning is, right? But you know that what you're doing isn't necessarily acceptable to everyone. And I know this because you don't give your kids gifts, your actual kids. So the grandmother doesn't give her son, the guy writing this, he doesn't get his gift on Christmas when everyone's in the house. He gets his gift a week before Christmas. So that means you're giving these gifts out to your actual children a week before, because you know how inappropriate it would actually be for you to only give gifts on Christmas to your three children. So that's the reason why I think that there's something else here. I think that there's more of an underlying situation. And I'm going to be perfectly honest, and I don't want to say that I know this for sure, but I do want to say that I have an inkling, if you will, that this is the truth. And I could be completely wrong. But I kind of feel like your mom may not like your wife, and then in turn, your mom may not like your children. And the same thing might even go for your other sister that also has kids, that it seems like she doesn't maybe get presents for her kids. But I would even argue, do we know that for sure? Do we not know that your grandmother that your mom doesn't get your sister's kids, or those grandkids, presents a week before? Because she's handing out presents on the sneak tip. Like, she's legitimately like pull up in the whip, throw the present at the door, drive off with this Christmas situation. So do we even know that they're not getting gifts? It might only be your kids not getting gifts. This is the reason why I think you need to discuss this, because this isn't normal behavior from a grandparent. As far as what we believe grandparents to be and to want to be and all that type of stuff, especially with Christmas. So I need to know that. I also need to know if they get presents on birthdays. Because if you're giving kids presents on birthdays, but you're not giving kids presents on Christmas, my mind is blown. I have no idea where the disconnect is. So I agree with the comments. You're not an asshole because I understand what you were trying to say. And that doesn't still mean you can't be an asshole. But I think that as your spouse has an issue with this situation, it is on you to go to your mother and be like, can you tell me why this is the way that it is? So that at least you have an understanding. Because as you said yourself, her points are totally valid. I believe her points are totally valid. I would have said something a long ass time ago. There's no way we're making it to this point and I haven't said something. But I'm a little more inappropriate. I'll say it at the table in front of everybody. So that's where we differ. But I think that there should be, though, some type of understanding of kind of how this works and how this goes, because your children right now, it seems like you said that they're young. They're probably young enough that they're not making any type of connection between grandma and presents right now. And this is just kind of how it is. But once they get older, they might be like, why do you get a present and grandma don't give us a present? And then now you got to have that conversation. And like, how awkward is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, how awkward is it that I have to explain to you why grandma gives me something and she don't give you nothing? How often do these kids hang out with grandma? I still have so many questions. Please, people, when you write this stuff, as much context as possible. It's like so vague in certain ways that it's hard for me to truly distinguish a lot of where people are coming from on this. So we want to thank you guys once again for checking us out. We're going to continue to try to do these Christmas ones through the end of the year. We'll see what we can do. There might be some other ones sprinkled in, though, because there's not a whole lot of Christmas ones just yet, but they seem to kind of start coming up more and more the closer that we get. So hopefully we'll have enough to be able to get that done. Please remember to hit the like and subscribe button. The like button helps us out tremendously with the algorithm so that other people can see the videos. If there's anything that you would like me to talk about or to discuss, or if you have any of these, feel free to hit me up on social media. All of the information is in the bio as well. You can hit up the comments and you can hit me up by email, also in the bio. So we want to thank you for coming out again. I am D Murray and this is D Murray Reacts.